My friends, indeed. In the higher levels of Freemasonry, now this may not be true of the first 3 levels, what are called the apprentice Masons, but in the highest levels of Masonry, you do take acts where you pledge yourself to the satanic deities of both Egyptian, Mesopotamian, and Jewish rites. That's correct. You even make reference to Beelzebub. On the 31st or the 32nd level, you ask the question, what kind of good God could allow evil to happen in the world? And that becomes the foundation for the satanic, the truly satanic core and nature and purpose of Freemasonry.
During the Templar trials, members of the order described how initiates were required to perform bizarre sexual rites, bestowing obscene kisses on the bodies of senior members. They confessed to spitting and trampling on the cross and denying the divinity of Jesus. But most shocking of all was the testimony that the Templars worshipped a sinister bearded head. It was rumored to be the preserved head of the first Templar Grand Master, Hugh de Payens. It was also described as a two-faced skull or the head of an animal. Some mentioned a weird idol known as Baphomet.
What is your problem?
Just that, sir.
Okay.
I'm a Christian, sir.
I'm pure and virtuous and wholesome and innocent. How can you say anything bad about me?
Sir, you need to be born again.
I am born again.
Now, did you just say that you were Lucifer?
I am Lucifer.
Okay, define Lucifer for me.
Pure, virtuous, wholesome, innocent individual that's out to help people.
Lucifer is?
Yeah.
Say that again. Lucifer is a pure, holy...
Virtuous.
Virtuous. Now, is he the Lucifer that God created?
That's the same one.
Oh, man, this is great. I'm going to put this on the internet.
Oh, amen. God bless you, amen. Brother.
Because that's exactly what the Shriners and Masons teach, is that Lucifer is light.
No.
And you're,
what
you're
about
confirming
those hospitals?
You know what, sir? Jesus said, many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, we did not do these good deeds in your name? And you'll say, away from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew you.
Jesus said it?
In Matthew chapter 5.
Mercy.
No.
That's hard to believe.
So you're a Christian and you don't know that? Actually.
No, I really am.
You are.
Because I'm pure and virtuous.
You're pure and virtuous, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In other words, you're perfect without Jesus, right?
No.
Okay, tell me about Jesus. Who is Jesus?
Well, he's my leader.
Is he the Son of God?
Yes, he is.
Is he the only worshipful master?
Yes.
Have you ever been called worshipful master?
No, because I've just been too busy. I've been working.
Working?
Been working to help people.
What
like
kind
you.
of work? Okay.
Get out of here.
See, this is what a Mason confesses, is that Lucifer is light.
Anyone who's read the book The Da Vinci Code or seen the movie probably knows something about the Knights Templar. They're basically an ancient law enforcement organization that these 3 people who were arrested claim to be a part of. A lot of people think this group is fake. However, there are real consequences for impersonating an officer of the law. And that's just what the LA County Sheriff's Department arrested these folks for. Take a look at their mugshots right here. These 3 people have all identified themselves as being members of the Masonic Fraternal Police Department. And according to the LA Times, one of the suspects, Brandon Keel, was an aide to California State Attorney General Kamala Harris. When officers searched the homes of these 3 in Santa Clarita, they say they found weapons, badges, vehicles, uniforms, and other law enforcement type equipment. Just the kind of items that would give the impression that these people were real sworn police officers. Keel, along with Tanette Hayes and David Henry, the chief of the so-called Masonic Fraternal Police Department, were all arrested for impersonating a peace officer. Now, this is a serious offense that can come with prison time. Law enforcement says they became aware of this illegitimate police organization when the group contacted the Santa Clarita Sheriff's Station and met with the station's captain. Now, it's unclear why the group wanted to do that. The Masonic Police Organization claims to be a part of a modern-day branch of the fabled Knights Templar, a group that dates back basically 1,000 years. As the chief of Santa Clarita's home, the windows out there, we checked it out, they were all shut. No one came to the door when we knocked. Neighbors tell us the Masonic couple that lives there were very friendly, and no one thought they were suspicious. All three of the suspects were released the same day from jail that they were arrested.
Who controls the British crown? Who keeps the metric system down? We do. We do.
Who leaves Atlantis off the maps?
Who keeps the Martians under wraps? We do. We do. Who holds back the electric car? Who makes Gutenberg a star? We do. We do. Who robs fish of their sight?
Who rigged every Oscar night?
We do. We do.
Well, Anita writes, I've heard that Freemasons wrote the Constitution. Is that true? I thought the founders were godly men.
Well, they were godly men, but in a sense, they, many of them, Franklin and George Washington, embraced Freemasonry because they thought it was a nice thing. And many of the European royalty were members of Freemasons, so it was a big deal. To say they wrote the Constitution, I think, is a stretch. They were involved in helping found this country, and you'll find Masonic symbols in Washington. Some of the layouts, some of the things obviously bear Masonic touches. But I'm not going to go in answering this question to some of the things I feel about Freemasonry, because I don't agree with it. But nevertheless, some of our founding fathers indeed were members of the Freemasons.
Helen.
Because so much organized crime uses the Masonic secret system and the good old boy network to be able to get away with murder. And I mean murder.
The United States government turned their head and let this cocaine come into the United States of America.
Allowed Gary Webb to have full access. This whole thing is orchestrated.
It all started here in the 80s. A loose network of gangsters selling his crack cocaine, relishing in the bling and bucks. A small drug empire run by Freeway Ricky Ross with roots in L.A., spreading to Louisiana, Ohio, and Texas. By his own admission, Freeway Rick, on a good day, pulled in $2 or $3 million.
Yeah, the money was good back in those days.
The cops formed a special Freeway Rick task force. Here in Carson, they found $1.5 million worth of crack cocaine. In Hawthorne, $1 million worth. In Watts, detectives witnessed 20 customers within 90 minutes, like a crack cocaine fast food franchise. But for years, they couldn't catch Rick.
Yeah, it was crazy. To say the least, it was crazy.
The Freeway Motor Inn was just one of many properties he owned, until he was caught and served 20 years in prison. His views on that are surprising.
Oh, prison was wonderful for me.
He couldn't read or write, but while serving most of his time here in a Texas correctional facility, he started reading books, 200 of them.
And it really opened my eyes up to a whole nother world.
You know, we've been grinding, doing our things out here in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing the social media. Rick got some things going that he can better yet explain, but first of all, we want to just thank you as a Mason, and from the Freedom Lodge #1.
If we not building for the kingdom of Yah, what we doing? And he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me? Wish ye not that I must be about my Father's business? We about our Father's business. Our nation steady building. This for 1/3, the remnant. The Most High chose his children. Them 2/3 he gon' deal with. The righteous triumphant. We've been through long suffering. The righteous triumphant. Go ahead and blow the shofar. The sheep not wandering no more. You cannot hide us no more. Your crafty counsel is over. I told you Judah was coming. We about our Father's business. The righteous triumphant. I drew a a line in the sand. I worship Yah, not man. Yahshua said he was coming, but not with peace, with a sword. Look how the chosen endure. Power to tread on you serpents. I speak the truth cause it's urgent. I call up Bree like get ready. We about to hit this trifecta. No other peer do it better. We give our praise to the Lord. I stand behind him in war. Woman give reverence to man. We both give reverence to Christ. The most high order restored. Venomous man, but I'm nice. I'm pro-life, no abortion. Margaret Sanger cohortion. Look how they feed off of blood. Let a gang call it love, but it's Sodom, Gomorrah. I keep the gospel in Torah. Know who I am by my fruits. Triumphant, no truce. No truce. There's no peace treaty with those who purposely go against the Most High. I stay armored up in the word of Yah. The Ruach HaKodesh is free flowing through Yah's people. Blow the shofar. We about our Father's business. Our nation steady building. This for 1/3. The remnant. The Most High chose his children. Them 2/3 he gon' deal with. The righteous triumphant. We've been through long suffering. The righteous triumphant. Go ahead and blow the shofar. The sheep not wandering no more. You cannot hide us no more.